Excited to be a part of the React Nexus event, and even more excited to share with all of you as to what we are doing to make front-end deployments fast, fluid, and frictionless. Okay, there it is. So almost any modern web application or website today probably uses one of these frameworks or other frameworks that are based on React or anything else, right? And we all know why these frameworks became so proliferant and widely used. Compared to the early days of web development, when everything was just vanilla, these frameworks introduced critical concepts like component architecture, which meant that developers can now write modular reusable code, which in turn improved developer efficiency and experience as well, because many people can now collaborate together on a single project. And these frameworks also introduced state management, which kind of opened up wide number of possibilities for the kind of dynamic and scalable experiences that you can build. As with all good things, there were a few problems as well. Each of these frameworks came with their own set of tools and setup for builds and deployments. And because of this, the developer experience took a hit, because if you are working on multiple projects that use multiple frameworks, there is always a constant juggling act of trying to set things up and the DevOps for each of these different frameworks. How do you build for this framework? How do you deploy for that framework? And all of this. So this is what we are trying to address here today. But before we do that, maybe a quick intro is in order here. How many of you have heard of Zoho before? Oh, okay, nice. So as you guys know, Zoho is a B2B SaaS company. We make applications for companies to run their business. And we've been in this space for over 28 years and almost 3 decades now. And we have over 130 million people accessing and using our applications almost every day. And this right here is a snapshot of our growth over the years. And one thing I would like to bring your attention to is the number of applications that we've been shipping in the past few years. So I think recently the average is probably 7 or 8 new brand new applications in brand new verticals each year. So to operate at the scale that we do and to ship the number of apps that we do every year, it was not enough if we thought of and operated as a traditional software company. We had to be a technology company that also makes software. And the key behind our ability to ship so much is our deep-rooted tech stack that is basically the result of all the research and development that we've been doing for all these decades. And we own our entire stack right from the bare metal. So of course, there's the apps at the top, and then the microservices and software platforms at the bottom. For example, we have our own IAM, we have our own messaging queue, and we have our own database frameworks. And we do a lot of research in the hardware space as well. And when it comes to networking, we have our own CDN solution. And of course, the data centers are also our own, right? So we don't rely on any other public cloud provider for serving our customers. And this deep-rooted tech stack is what we opened up to other developers around the world a few years ago in the form of Catalyst. So Catalyst is a full-stack cloud development platform from Zoho, and it has all the components that you would need to build your full-stack projects, be it services for front-end and for compute, say serverless functions, or if you're using a Spring Boot project or a Flask project, or compute services can help you with that. And then when it comes to database, relational databases, object storages, we provide services for that. And security services like authentication is also built into this platform so that you can just connect them and use it in whatever you are building. And for more specialized requirements, we have AI and machine learning based services as well. So our focus here is on front end, and That's why we are really excited to announce Catalyst Slate here at React Nexus. This is the first time that we are actually talking about this product anywhere. And Catalyst Slate is a front-end platform that lets you build, deploy, and manage your front-end applications. And the developer experience is completely effortless. All you need to do is connect your version control system, be it GitLab, GitHub, or Bitbucket, and every time you make a commit, the changes get deployed, the build gets done, and you get a deployment URL instantly. And all of this tech, be it in Catalyst or specifically in Slate, is running on Zoho's own battle-tested infrastructure, right? So all of our 130 million users have been using this infrastructure, and the same power and capability is what you get when you use Catalyst Slate. So it works with almost all the frameworks that you love and use. There is no configuration required at per framework level. You just connect and you're good to go for your deployments. And this is, of course, not a definitive list. We support almost all the modern frameworks. These are just a few examples that we have listed here. So these are some of the locations where we have our data centers around the world. And apart from these data centers, we have additional edge locations as well. And we have our own CDN solution called as Nimbus that allows you to deliver content to your users at blazing fast speeds without doing any configuration at all. So this CDN comes as a part of Slate automatically. And let's take a look at Slate in action. Okay, let me just click that one. So I've connected my repository and I'm creating a new deployment and I'm enabling auto deploy. And whenever a change is being detected, it automatically runs the build process and it deploys the change for you. So you can go to the overview page to get details about the deployment. And you get the deployment URL and all the other configuration settings that you would usually use. So why specifically Slate? I'm sure you all have this question, right? There are other players in the market who do the same thing. Well, there's always a few catch, right? With the other players, you have surprises that are there in their pricing plans. And then there are hidden clauses that prevent you from doing certain things, which we will see. And then if you want to build a proper full stack application, you sometimes have to integrate different services together and then make them all work together. There's no one comprehensive platform that does all of these. And these players, they mostly don't have their own infrastructure. They're running on the other hyperscalers. So when you're paying for their services, you're not just paying for their services, you're also paying the bills that they have to in turn pay for the other hyperscalers. But of course, if you're running it on Catalyst, it is Zoho's own infrastructure, and we are able to pass on those benefits to you as well. You don't even have to take our word for it. You just need to go through any of the social forums, and you can see people talking about these problems. For example, this user was sent a $100,000 bill for their static website just because it had a traffic spike. And the reason was that it crossed the bandwidth limits that they had in the free plan. So imagine you just have a quick little hobby project and then somehow it becomes viral, which you did not plan for. And then your card gets charged like an absurd amount like this. So this is why we understand this problem. And that's why in Slate, we have no bandwidth charges at all. And thank you. Well, we have another good news as well. And we also don't have any per seat pricing as well. So no matter how many people are there in your project, you can work with them and you get unlimited collaboration. So this is not just with Slate, this applies for the entire Catalyst platform as well. And here's another thing. Other players also have their free plan, right? But they don't allow you to build commercial stuff out of their free or hobby plans. If that is the case, you have to upgrade to a paid plan. But if you're like a small startup and probably your usage does not warrant purchasing a higher plan, In that case, you're stuck because there's no other go. So we want to support developers like you as well. And that's why we don't have any hidden clauses. We have a transparent pricing model. So if your usage is within the free tier, you will not be charged anything, and you can build whatever you want and make how much ever money you want from it. And I'm sure some of you have heard of our founder, Sridhar. So he usually says you don't really need to be in the actual Silicon Valley to build world-class products, right? So with Catalyst and Slate, we intend to make this possible for everyone who is here. And so, yeah, sorry for the shabby looking picture. We just took it before this. So please feel free to come say hi to our booth. We'd love to have you there. And you can take a look at the demo of Slate. And also, we have a workshop scheduled on Saturday at 2 p.m. Where you will all be given early access to try Slate and deploy a few projects yourself to get the feel for the product. And maybe if you're lucky, you'll probably walk away with a Sony XM4. So we look forward to having you all at the booth and the workshop as well. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you.